is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And it is bucketing down outside today here in, I will say sunny Shomron, but it's not. It is absolutely, but the Shomron is Samaria. If in case you're curious. Not the same Samaria from the Star Trek episode Sumerian Snare, I think, which had the kind of crap aliens in it. Was that the one with the Packlids in it? I think that was the one with the Packlids in it. Okay, not that Samaria. No, but it is bucketing down. We get a few days like this every year. And it always gives me agita, okay? I'm getting agita from this. Firstly, my wife's away today, right? So, I'm discombobulated to start with. Secondly, my house is a really nice house, right? It was built for us, but it was built by my, what's the relationship? It's my wife's my wife's stepfather, right? My wife's stepfather. So it's my stepfather-in-law built a house. We could never afforded it if he hadn't done it, and it's a wonderful house, right? Wonderful house. However, we have a bit where the roof leaks, and it used to leak into our bedroom. It used to leak into the bathroom. It used to leak into the guest bathroom. It used to leak into the living room, right? We spent, I don't know how much money trying to get it to not leak, like $60,000, maybe over the years, like an insane amount. So we got it narrowed down. Hopefully, it won't leak in the bedroom, right? It hasn't done that for a few years. Got it narrowed down. Basically, we have these like half circle windows in my living room near the ceiling where it leaks. I have buckets, these small little tubs, right, put in there that's collecting the water, right? That's where, and the towels on the floor. That's, after all that money, that's exactly where it got to. But wait, it gets worse than that, right? It gets worse than that. Secondly, I can't take the dog. Well, I could take the dog on a walk today, but he is not good. She's not going to like, right? She is not up for it. So, me either. Not fans of the rain. Bit weird. Grew up in England, I should be used to it, but no. But here's the thing, right? This is the sort of thing, I don't go out, right? No, I am not going out under any circumstance. I have to today. It's the last... There's we're going to get to Doctor Who in a minute, okay? Trust me, I got a lot to talk about. We're going to get to Doctor Who. There's a thing in Jewish custom, Jewish law, that when somebody passes away, you have the next week is you do a thing called sit shiva, right? You sit down. You're not allowed to sit in chairs. You sit in like low chairs, and people come and visit you, and you chat, right? So elderly gentleman, who everybody loved. Oh my God, this guy had so much. He was such a sweet guy. Had so much a life to him. Everybody absolutely loved him. It was like 93. I think it was a bit older than that, but 93, passed away, right? And so we have that moment from when the funeral happens, which has to be that day. The clock is ticking for 7 days to go and visit for this thing called Shiva. If you don't, it's a big diss, right? Schmuck that I was. I should have gone on Sunday. I should have gone on Sunday when it wasn't raining. Now it's pissing down. I gotta go out in it. God help me. But these are the things. These are the things that are sent to try us. What's sent to try us? What's sent to try Toxic Fandom? Looks like it's Russell T Davies. Toxic Fandom is not having a good day. Right? It's not having a good day at all. Russell T Davies has been dropping a few truth bombs on people, and they don't like it. They don't like hearing you're the bestest ever. They don't like hearing anything that isn't mind-meltingly immature and stupid, right? Yeah, this is what Toxic Fandom are like. Waiters are bad, right? Waiters are bad. Yes, waiters are bad. No, but they're really bad. Waiters are bad. I would already know waiters are bad. I think waiters are bad because I'm good. Waiters are bad. No, waiters are bad. There's like baby-brained infantile things that everybody agrees. You hate lesbians because you don't like token it. No, I just don't like you self-aggrandizing yourself by shoehorning representation into something that makes it look, it is like, just doesn't work, right? I'm sorry. So you can feel like you're a moral person. Like, the most baby-brained, imbecilic thing. So Rusty Davies says that if you diversity. Well, we're going to read this article in a minute. Diversity, it is not good enough in of itself. It seems that Big Finish might have actually taken on this message. They do this annual, absolutely awful release called the 8th of March, which will celebrate International Women's Day. Now, I I know what to tell you. I can't think of a more privileged group of people in Western civilization than college-educated women, right? They were universally who likes this and who, but they don't buy. It must make enough to make them break even, or I don't know. I think they probably amortize their costs out over, you have the big selling releases and the lesser ones, and they kind of do it that way. I think it's done to, appear to be virtuous, right? Say, oh yeah, again, it's one of those baby-brained, imbecilic things that toxic fandom like to hear. Oh, sexism is bad. We shouldn't be Yeah, I know. Women are people too. Yes, I know. Nobody argues with this shit, okay? No one has ever said, oh, screw that. Yeah, no, women are not people too. Never gone down. Anyway, I mean, it has, but not in the lot. I don't know. Like the other day, about a few days ago, I did a trailer reaction to the season 9 trailer, and it had this really clunky bit of dialogue in it where you established right away the two young ladies are in fact lesbians, right? Absolutely, got to just shoehorn that in, right? Into a trailer for a 1972 season of Doctor Who. Now, a lot of it was actually very good. The baby sea devils look great. The adult sea devil, not so much. The climate change bullshit was, oh, God, shut up! Oh, Pete Matee, we know how you feel about climate change, right? We understand how you feel about Brexit. Everybody fucking knows how you think about it. You know how we know? Because you can't stop, expressing it at the top of your voice under every circumstance you possibly have. We all know exactly how you feel about it, mate, right? There's no need to I'm going to tell people cunningly that I think lesbians are people. No, you're going to tell everybody that you're a twat. So anyway, this person was like, oh, you just hate lesbians existing. No! Oh, so frustrating. Anyway, so, diversity alone does not a good piece of entertainment make. And this is something that just went on complete meltdown. So we're going to read Russell's article, and then we're going to read a response from CBR where they go, no! Representation is everything. And you also think so, Russell, because that's what I think. Yes, that's what I think. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Before we get into it, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things. What am I doing with this stuff? Ring the little bell, right? Like, share, subscribe, comment. Okay, am I pointing at something? I can't remember. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things are very good. In the video notes is my socials. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter. Twitter's really the best one to follow me on, right? That's where I put my little shorts on there, which I'm not talking about my trousers that stop around the knee area. No, 1 minute videos. So they go on Twitter, they go on Instagram as well. But they mainly go on YouTube, right? I really should open a TikTok. Anyway, follow me on everything. Sign up my Substack, my email newsletter. I'm not putting enough on it. I surely should. I put free stuff on it as well, but I'm trying to build up content for my paid one, which I'm not even close. Look, what can I tell you? I've actually had a lot of work come in. So, when people start waving money at me, I'm like, okay, I'll do that for a bit, right? That might be on hold for a little bit, but I want to get it done. Oh, if only I could clone myself. But then if I clone myself, I think I would hate my clone. I'll be like, you're a bastard. I'm the better one. Yeah, probably. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Sign up my Substack. Follow me on Instagram, social media, Twitter, Facebook, everything. Do all that. Thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, that's the one. I knew I was waiting to find something. Thank you for subscribing. Fine. Let's get into this article. Oh, yeah, before we get into one last thing. You may have noticed a bunch of edits, right? You may have noticed a bunch. You just did experience one. You might not have noticed it, right? That is because another bit of agita about the bloody rain. Okay, then we're really going to get to Doctor Who. I got an incredible new computer. The new Mac iMac is so good. It's so freaking good. But it won't plug into my battery backup because it's got a proprietary plug. And I can't find an adapter. So I'm scared that this has happened already today. Like the power will flicker off for a minute. Don't ask what happened last night. That was the weirdest stuff. I can't do any more aside. Come and check out my my live stream. This is going out on Wednesday. So yeah, that will be from yesterday. Go check my one. I'll tell you the weird, if I remember. I kind of wing it a lot of the time. The weird thing that happened. Anyways, I'm not sure if the electric's going to go out, and I don't want to lose. I don't want to get up to 49 minutes into it, and you lose the whole thing. I'm like, no! So I am trying to do this in like under 10-minute segments and link them together. That way, I only lose about 10 minutes of the golden wit that is Tzvi Lebetkin. However, because my computer is so freaking good, used to be to boot up and get ready again about 20 minutes easy. Now it's about 45 seconds. It's so much better. Oh my god, I love this computer. Fine, let's look at this article. Doink from the Telegraph. Yes. What was it? Yes, Minister. Yes, Prime Minister did a great thing at going through all the different papers. Like, the Times is read by people who run the country. The Telegraph is read by people who think other people run the country. The Sun is read by people who don't care run the country, just as long as they got big boobs. Yes, but it was a very good break. So the Telegraph. My parents all read the Telegraph. Yes, that would be the paper I would probably read if I lived in England, right? Yeah, I don't know. Russell T. Davies lambasts the diversity fixation of rubbish new TV writers. There's two reasons for it, right? One reason that he's going to enumerate that people feel that their identity isn't represented in media, in culture, and they feel that they should be, right? And the other reason is, and also people like to be writers. People like to be, it's a competitive field, and you have I would say an extreme edge, right? You've got a real edge if you're of a protector stand. If you're trans, you've got a real genuine edge. I'm not sure if you still have so much. Because, legitimately they felt they should be represented in society. I kind of hear that. I think that's what Yasmin Finney is in the 60th anniversary special. I think here's the thing, right? I don't know where you are on the trans issue, right? You probably know where I am. I live and let live. I won't argue with YouTube's policy about it, but I have my own thoughts on these things as well. But it's somewhat undeniable there are lots and lots of young people now that are trans, right? So it seems okay that one would be in Doctor Who. Like, it seems representative of the society that it's coming from. So I'm fine with that. Whereas something like Star Trek Discovery, where it's like an 80% female bridge crew without explaining whatsoever, was there some kind of like disease or intergalactic thing that wiped out 50% of the men in the world, in the universe? No, it's just like, women have always been stunning and brave. They just don't have men keeping them back anymore, right? That's the go-to saccharine answer. I mean, the biggest example of diversity, like absolutely destroying something, there's many. It's the Watchmen TV show, right? I am of I should also be on the protected class because there's not many of me. I like Damon Lindelof's work. I like Lost. I really liked The Leftovers. I thought it was good. I thought it was really solid, thought-provoking work, right? I really loved The Leftovers, really, apart from the last episode, but I really genuinely loved it. So I was very excited for his Watchmen. And here's the thing, the bits that aren't about representation, the bits that aren't about black people, essentially, are freaking awesome, right? They are awesome. I mean, they got this Ozymandias played by, what's his name, on the moon, on Mars, is it? Where is it? Ozymandias played by not John Hurt, Jeremy Irons, right? Jeremy, just awesome, right? Fantastic. But most of the plot was about Damon Lindelof's white guilt and feeling very guilty about America, about it being intrinsically racist country, which it isn't, right? Which it isn't, and so it does. So all the black characters have to be perfect saints. So you get the same thing as Star Trek Discovery. Yeah, these things just make for awful, boring TV. And I think the point he's going to make is people don't get it. People need to get into writing TV, or people need to get into writing comics because they love freaking comics, right? They absolutely, and that's how you get great comics, right? That how you get terrible comics is because you get into it because of your identity. I think Max Visaggio, what a great example of that. Vita Ayala, what a great example of that. Just absolutely talentless people that make rubbish, right? Not because they know nothing about the art of comic books at all. They just know that they are of a have an identity which gives them a ESG, is that the thing, score that to the corporation that hires them, that raises them up, right? Essentially that's it. But the media is absolute garbage. How do you know it's absolute garbage? Well, the sign of absolute garbage is nobody bloody watches it, right? That's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it? That is a little bit of a giveaway. Anyway, Rusty Divas lambasts diversity fixation of rubbish new TV writers. So again, toxic fandom, they just don't like this. They don't like any accountability. You know who toxic fandom is? I'll tell you exactly who toxic fandom is. When you go to in my case, when you take your kid to kindergarten, right, and they have a little hook, they have to put their hat on, their jacket on, they put their lunch in a place. Yeah, they do. They have a little thing, and you always get one kid who just throw the jacket off, goes, and then. The mother, instead of grabbing the kid by the scruff of his neck, say, "Pick up your damn jacket, you loser, and your lunch," right? Instead of doing that, because that might make them feel bad. They say, "Oh, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you," and they've never, ever, ever had any form of adversity, right? Never, ever, ever has not happened. And they never told they need to work hard at something. And this is the life they live, right? This is the people who they are, and they grew up into being absolutely terrible, narcissistic adults, right? So they don't like hearing that the writers that they love are shit, right? And I don't think this is a pointed, veiled criticism at the Chris Chibnall era. I mean, even though they are a great proponent of it, even though that Rusty Davies basically had to do this job. To save Doctor Who, right? They were trying to... This is what would have happened if Rusty Davies hadn't come back. They would have got somebody who has no idea what they're doing to do what Rusty Davies is trying to do, and it would all happen, and it would all be garbage, right? It would all be absolute garbage. I mean, although I think J. Michael Straczynski might have actually been a good idea for that, right? There's somebody but they were already talking to Rusty Davies at the time. That was nearly a done deal. But yeah, I mean, he came back because he's really the only person who knows how to do this. So good for him. Anyway, Doctor Who showrunner says the latest generation of screenwriters don't actually love television, and they don't know how to write for it. They don't know how to write. Right? It's not they don't know how to write for it. They don't know how to write. Doctor Who showrunners criticise a new wave of rubbish TV screenwriters who are interested more in diversity than television. Again, what? Got something now. Oh, I don't know what that was, but okay. Watch Peter McTeague's trailer for season 9. Great example. Watch Peter. Is it Peter McTeague who wrote Praxius? That piece of shit, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes, yeah. No, this work is substandard. It's not watchable. And it's the reason why people don't watch it. People remember when people had the excuse, "Oh, it's Netflix. Netflix. That's where all the viewers are gone. They got Netflix. We can't compete. Netflix. What a freaking lie. They're leaving Netflix as well. Yeah, make garbage, right? You make garbage, people won't watch it. Woke garbage, people won't watch it. What is woke? Woke is a platforming of ideology on something with an existent successful fan base, existent successful franchise with a fan base. It's essentially propaganda. It's a platform on which to put your propaganda, right? That's essentially what it is. Actually, I watched last night The Last of Us episode 3. And a lot of it was about Nick Offerman's gay romance with who wasn't Nick Offerman. The guy from Parks and Rec. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. But here's the thing. It wasn't about gay people. It was about people who were gay. And it's such a freaking difference. Oh my God. It's just such a difference, right? And the trouble is writers aren't skilled enough to be able to do that, to write characters who are gay. Think, I should do something with representation. I mean, here's the trouble. You can always see somebody's motivation by what's on screen. You know that the reason Jeffrey Wright was cast as Commissioner Gordon Batman wasn't because he's a fantastic actor, which he is. He's an absolutely fantastic actor who actually worked in interesting casting for Commissioner Gordon. We'll take an interesting new tack on it. He was cast because he was black. And that was what... And again... How terrible is that? But that's exactly what's going on. And I think this is one reason, one thing that Russell D. Davies is indeed here to fix. Russell D. Davies, Davies? I just slipped into Star Cops. Russell D. Davies, the award-winning writer who was overseeing future episodes of a long-running sci-fi favourite planned by the BBC, has described the quality of emerging creators. Many scriptwriters are in television industry to increase representation, right? And those who aren't gay, like I think Tim Taylor, who writes Gay Superman, I'm not sure what they call it, Son of Superman, Superman Sucks Cocks, I don't know. All those things work for me, right? All those things work. It's because he's not gay, he has to be super representative of gay people, right? I do think that he thinks gay people will love, and they don't love it. What essentially it's like these weirdos who may be gay, may not be gay, they will probably say they're fluid, to go, oh, how stunning and brave, right? People went for applause rather than laughter with comedy. Comedy was the first thing to go, wasn't it? Manuscript writers are in the increased representation. David claimed, and their work is rubbish. It is rubbish. You know, it is rubbish. What? Yes, their work is rubbish. We agree. We agree. Their work is unwatchable. Look at just about any episode of the first two seasons of Jodie Whittaker, right? They are the Mary Blackman's Rosa was a shockingly bad episode, a shockingly badly written episode, as was Orphan 55. Was it Vinny Patel? Yeah. These were shocking, as were Demons of the Punjab, right? These are shockingly unprofessionally written works. It's with massive plot holes, and you're not engaged with the character, you don't really care. Demons of Punjab, right? They had an opportunity to educate me about the partition in India, which I know nothing about, right? Here's what I came away knowing. Not much, other than a bunch of brown people killed a bunch of brown people and everybody blames white people, right? That's all I got. That's all I got from it. At least Vinny Patel blames white people. Somehow. It's their fault, okay? You know, I have to tell you, I live in Israel, right? You were brought up in England. Israel shouldn't exist, right? Israel shouldn't exist because the British had the mandate for Palestine, as it was called at the time, and we had this partition plan. The Jew said, "Sure, we'll take it." The Arab said, "Fuck you, Jew." Essentially, yeah. And so when it eventually did happen, the Jews got like a much smaller part that than they were initially supposed to get. Arab forces immediately declared war on Israel, right? Absolutely, just immediately declared war on Israel, and we should have been absolutely wiped out. They had the overwhelming forces. The British, as it turned out, had given all their military advantages to the Arabs. I think the idea was this. People had all these Jews floating around after the Second World War, right? After the Holocaust, they made them feel guilty that send them all to Palestine, give the Arabs the guns, and then we won't have to worry about us feeling guilty anymore. Problem solved, right? That's really what I think went down, so to a certain extent. Anyway, but like. It's like I know nothing about Partition of India now what a wasted opportunity. It might have actually been something interesting. Also, Jodie Whittaker was horribly miscast, right? He said, I do a lot of mentoring and their voices want to be heard of any gender and ethnicity. I'm on board with that, right? I am on board with that. Who consider themselves invisible. I think that is a fantasy. I don't think they are invisible at all, right? I think the LGBTQ plus are super duper duper visible, right? I don't know how. Listen, if you can go on a float in a street and be wearing heels and be a fat overweight man wearing heels and stockings and suspenders and twerking on a float with 12-year-olds can watch, you're pretty damn visible at that point, mate. Don't you think? How much more visible? Like, you want to do it actually inside my house? No, you do it on TV. I don't know what to tell you. But okay, I don't know why. I would like to know who feels they're not represented, who feels invisible, and why. Look, Shooty Gatwa, when he got the role, says, I feel so seen. I don't understand why you wouldn't feel that. Like, dude, I lived in England in the 80s and we saw black people then and gay people and nobody really minded, right? Honestly, the last bit of open racism I heard must have been in like 86, 87. I was in a cafe, and thank God the guy didn't know I was Jewish because he would have beat the crap out of me with my friend. The guy the guy with his girlfriend started talking about National Front talking points. I'm like, yeah, okay. But that's really the last time I heard it. And it was, 22, 30, maybe 40 years ago, going up to 35, 40 years ago. And yeah, I don't think I had that. I went out in England a lot, right? I just don't think it was that prevalent. So I don't know anybody black or gay wouldn't feel seen, right? That's something I would love to hear Rusty Davies talk about that, right? Absolutely would. Because I respect his point of view, because I think he's a very clever and very clever person who observes things well. They hate the media that ignores them. They're trapped into wanting a job in an industry, in a medium, purely to increase the representation. I read their scripts and they're rubbish. Well, yeah, it makes sense. They don't actually love television. They don't know how to write for it. Right, because they don't spend... Like, how do I know how to write comics? Because I read lots and lots and lots and lots of comics, right? That basically gets it into you. You have to love the thing to be able to do it. Not have to, but man, does it help, right? Go woke on the bins. Ooh, we actually need to say go woke. But what does woke mean? We can't even define it. Okay, ask him what it means, okay? Doctor Who itself has been criticised for pushing perceived political agenda. Again, why do they always deny it? Right? I watched this interview with Chuck Todd. Oh, God, what a lying piece of shit. With, who was it? I quite liked him. Was it American politician. Right, and he's like, but why are you investigating Biden and not investigating Trump? I mean, Jesus Christ, man, can you give it a rest? Oh, but yeah, and like they always deny everything's going. No, what does woke even mean? No, it means it's woke piece of shit that nobody wants to watch it. And its recent stories include the time-traveling episode taking in the bus protests of Rosa Parks and moves to make the main cast more diverse. The main cast was always diverse, excuse me. The main cast was always diverse, and that episode, Rosa, was a piece of shit. It's a great example of what Rusty Davies was talking about. It was full of plot holes, right? It was full of plot holes, and it just kind of insulting to the audience. So the idea was you had this evil white guy called Kratzko who feels that you people, I shouldn't be talking about black people, have gotten above their station in the 50th century. We're talking like, what was it, 30,000 years in the future? And so I'm going to stop that happening. I'm going to make Rosa Parks not have to give up her seat on a bus. Right? It's just so stupid. It's so insulting and so stupid. And the way they represented white people then, look, a much more realistic representation of white people during the whole not emancipation, what's the word I'm looking for? Civil rights struggle from like a very white middle class perspective. Mad Men season 1 or 2, they have these great scenes where you have like the main character's wife that's set in the 60s just talking to her black maid about, I don't think we're ready for this and that. And she's like, really? But like, I think that was a much more realistic, representation of it. I think when you demonize people and just make it say, these people are evil! Evil! It's, I don't think you're doing a great job, right? I don't think you're doing a great job. And also, it was a piece of entertainment that you wrapped around. However, Last of Us episode 3, a genuinely compelling character story. They told it over in about half an hour, right? Really well, and like really, really genuinely sold it to me. So I big props. I do hate how people are going to say, "Oh, it's so important." No, the point is, it's not important. It was a character love story that happened to be gay. Right, about to make the main cast more diverse. Davies, who revived this series in 2005, has returned as showrunner to oversee future episodes after the most recent run suffered mixed reception, with new series set to launch in 2023. Well, mixed reception. That's polite. In fact, if you really want to talk about the whole Britain and the racial design. That reminds me of this sitcom called Mixed Blessings, where it was a black guy marries a white woman, or one way around. But this, I had a whole sitcom about Mixed Blessings. It's meant to be. It just look at it on YouTube. It's so cringe, right? It's so cringe. Watch that with Mind Your Language. And you're welcome to it in 1982. Fellow creator Mark Gatter, speaking to the Sunday Times, also shared his concern about the emerging quality of TV creators, saying, "Sometimes I think I'm like Pollyanna because I've met so many people over the years who hate making television. It's a shame. They seem to make them so. It seems to make them so miserable." I would say the same thing about the people writing comics. Go and work go and work on the bins or something. It's hard work. It gives you ulcers, but yeah, so you have to love it. Davies suggested a method of increasing enthusiasm for television will be to make the entire back catalogue of Doctor Who available on iPlayer. It's not really what he said, but okay. Saying the program is our heritage and deserves to be there so our kids can fall in love with it. Well, at least they can fall in love with great writing. If I click this, do we have any comments? I don't know. I'm on the way back machine, so probably not. Fine! So I think he made quite a compelling case, yeah? I think he made quite a good and compelling case. You know who didn't agree with him? CBR.com. Instantly, they released this article. Doctor Who Season 14 is likely to be overtly queer. And that's a good thing. Oh, God. No, it's going to be overtly about a character who's going to be asexual, is my guess. Right? I think if you make the Doctor overtly gay, you're going to run into exactly what's happened to the MCU. Nobody's going to has anybody really care about Ant-Man and Quantum Mania? The Phase 4 destroyed the MCU, and if you doubt that, are you excited at all in any way for the MCU? No, of course not. With Russell D. Davies back as Doctor Who head writer and giving his support for LGBTQIA community, Season 14 is likely to be fabulously queer. Well, no, he just said you're wrong. Like, literally just said you're wrong. Oh, 1 second. You're snorting copium, aren't you? You're snorting lots of copium. You keep snorting it, mate. It's not going to help you. Fans of Doctor Who were filled with excitement when Russell Davies was first announced to be returning to the show after his first successful run reviving the series, and also after Chris Chibnall's run destroying the series, right? Not only do fans have Doctor Who 60th anniversary special to look forward to, but an all-new series as well. Yay! All new, hopefully not all different. With Ncuti Gatwa as the newest incarnation of the Time Lord. Now, talking about diversity, right? Because I did a short on this yesterday. Somebody quoted, "What? There's no diversity in the new era." Again, do me a favour. My way of defining diversity casting is somebody is cast purely for their skin colour, right? I think they wanted a non-white, sexy, younger bloke, right? That's basically, they knew that's what they wanted going in. They saw a bunch of them and they picked that one, right? They knew that's what they wanted. But I think I would be amazed. I would be absolutely amazed if we watch him and we go, "This is shit." I'll be absolutely amazed. Look, I just don't see why Russell would say it. I think the role was going to go to somebody else. I think he came in and blew them away. Gave us something really different. And given how much I agree with Russell Davies on so much, I just don't think he's lying. I think Ncuti got in the room because of his skin colour, to a certain skin colour and his success. But skin colour was certainly a factor, right? I think his talent got him the role, right? That's what I think about a lot of the casting is. A lot of the hiring is, right? Whereas Sigun Akunula, whatever his name, would, if he was white and called Red Smith from Clapham, he wouldn't have got a look in for that role. Absolutely, for the role of composer for the Chibnall Doctor Who. No, that's called diversity hiring, right? Vinny Patel, not a very good writer. I'm sorry, Barry Blackman, not a very good writer. Fans of Doctor Who, blah, blah, blah. Not only do we have 600, but an all-new series, Ncuti Gatwa as an incarnation, with other co-stars like Neil Patrick Harris attached. Fans are speculating this series might present Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor as overtly queer. No, fans, again, you're snorting copium. You're snorting huge amounts of copium because you can't bloody cope. Let's see them snort. Rosny Davies is a proud member of the LGBTQIA community. Yes, he is. He absolutely is, and it's really important to him that everybody gets representation, right? It's really important to him, but I think it's not representation if it's not done in an organic manner, right? Which is I'm fine with. Again, Last of Us episode 3, right? Just freaking fine with it. That's your template, you moron, right? Captain Jack, that's your freaking template. Make a character that you like who happens to be gay. It's like, oh. I can imagine him saying it as unconscious. People are like, really? I never thought of making a character that people like who happen to be gay. Why can't we just make a gay character and with no characteristics whatsoever? That's the Gymnal method. It worked for him, if you count destroying the series as working. Both his work in television and his own advocacy, he ensures queer stories and the rights of queer people are at the forefront. No. I saw years and years wasn't queer people and queer stories at the forefront. It was a story at the forefront. In fact, anyone it's about gay people, It's a Sin wasn't about queer people. It was about gay people in this incredible world-changing moment. And it wasn't just about the gay people, it was about everybody around them. It was about the world that it was. A Very British Scandal, which one of my favourite Russell Davies things. It wasn't about gay people. It was about two people having a weird love affair that was kind of sweet and beautiful, right? And that's what it was. Like, although I said the relationship in Very British Scandal that I thought was most touching, and I really thought was beautiful, was when the scandals all going down, and his second wife said, "Okay, so yeah, whatever it is, tell me. I'm here for you. I will support you." Right, and that just acceptance, that is love. That is love, and that was I cried. I actually cried that scene. It was beautiful. Well, I could see Last of Us episode 3 was really trying to make me cry. Didn't work. While some may raise an eyebrow at the... He ensures that while some may raise an eyebrow at the iconic Time Lord being queer, it makes... God... Problem being, if you don't know who he is, follow him on Twitter. Insane chap. He's gay, and he hates the use of the word queer. Right? I tend to agree. It makes a lot more sense when considering Davies' career and activism. Again, it makes sense when you don't think about anything about making television. Right? We just want to have representation. Oh, we're going to represent Captain? No, BBC says no. Oh, well, bye-bye. In 2005, Davies brought back Doctor Who to the modern era. In addition to the Night Star, Christopher Eccleston, Davies also introduced a number of different companions. The most iconic of these at the time was Captain Jack Harkness. I like Jackie Tyler. I like Mickey. One most iconic time was Captain Jack Harkness, with him returning in recent years during season 12, Revolution of the Dalek. Captain Jack was canonically queer, flirting with multiple men and women, and small furry animals aroused the Centauri. I love Alice and Centauri, from the Poetry is a Shop with Captain Jack, and they have a thing, right? They're like, oh, Captain Jack. Yes, that would really work. Flirting with multiple men in many adventures, and even had a male partner, Yanto Jones, in Davies' adult Doctor Who spin-off Torchwood. Exactly, the adult spin-off Torchwood. I think that first series was everybody had same-sex relations of some kind. One of the most notable queer moments was when Captain Jack and the Doctor are about to face up against the Daleks in season 1, when Captain Jack thanks him by giving him a kiss. Yeah, I thought that was a bit cringe, quite frankly. I understand where they're coming from for it. It wasn't the end of the world for me, and I was happy to go, okay, did that and move on. But I don't think it worked as well as Captain Jack or Rosny Davies perhaps thought it did. It kind of worked in context. He's from a different society, different culture, and he's super gay, right? This sort of worked in that context. Rosny Davies has created multiple queer shows. Yes, we know. Because he likes to... Whatever. Okay. Throughout his career, Davies has been a... he did a show about the Second Coming with Christopher Eccleston. Does that mean he's he was going to be, belligerently Christian as well. Today his career, Rusty Davies is a supporter of showcasing queer stories on television. He created Queer as Folk in 1999, which basically defined his career. And that was groundbreaking because there wasn't gay drama, right? There wasn't drama about gay people like there was before then. Again, I think Queer as Folk made it possible for Nick Offerman, Last of Us to be made. Yeah, I thought it was very good. And most recently, he spearheaded the tragic It's a Sin. I had no idea that was a super hit for him, and everything else has not been so great, right? It's a Sin was fantastic. Both these series focus on groups of queer men as they navigate their sex lives in gay bars. Well, okay, so that's what Doctor Who's going to be about now, right? Absolutely. Doctor Who's now going to be about queer men navigating their lives in gay bars. While Queer as Folk takes more of a sitcom approach, It's a Sin is a miniseries about the impact of the AIDS crisis. Both projects have been integral to Davies' development as a writer and showcase his first-hand experience with the queer community. I wonder if he'd probably on board for the use of the word queer, right? Ncuti Gatwa isn't a stranger to queer roles. Yeah, we know. Will you calm down? Really? Ncuti Gatwa, the 15th Doctor, has experience playing iconic gay characters. Playing an iconic gay character. On Netflix's Sex Education, he plays Eric Effiong, who has multiple relationships and situations with different men throughout the series. The series explores the teenage sexuality across the entire spectrum. Choosing performance as Otis is flamboyant, flamboyant best friend Eric. Eric easily makes the character a fan favorite amongst audiences. Not only does this show that Ncuti Gatwa has credits and experience to play a role as covered as the Doctor, but they show he has arranged to play another queer character. Yay! Well, that's going to make everything better. I mean, again, the absolute copium that this guy is. This is like Al Pacino at the end of Scarface. Copium all over his face. Doctor Who's 60th anniversary is getting close, and I just want to tell you, there's a lot of fans out there who go, oh God, the new era is going to be just as bad as the old one. Why do they say that? Because they listen to crap like this, right? This is there. This only exists to be to make the people who are like really, really upset at the idea of you needing to be a quality writer to write quality. Like representation isn't quite enough. If you're upset with that idea, you're going to be upset with everything. Yeah, you're gonna need to see two-dimensional representation, and you're going to need to impose that on everything you see. Don't believe this nonsense, right? Yeah, and Doctor Who comes out and it's awful, fine, right? But looks like it's going to be good. I don't know, who's the other one? Mega Gee, you're all going to be so embarrassed if it's why? Like, honestly, why would I be embarrassed if it's wrong? If I'm wrong and it's shit, right? I didn't make it. I just, again, as we've seen in just this video, there's enough reason to say, oh, this is probably going to be quite good. But okay. Well, the exact details of the series are under wraps, aside from a few teaser trailers. One teaser trailer. Fans are eagerly waiting to see what's next for the show. There's been speculation. There are plenty of signs that point to the new era being overtly queer. If you're freaking insane. If you're insane and you crave so much validation. Overtly queer. What am I up to? Overtly queer, whether it comes from Rusty Davies' own subtle hints of queerness throughout his first Doctor Who run, his experience on Queer as Folk, It's a Sin, and another. What about Cucumber? That wasn't good enough for you? No, apparently not. And other queer probably doesn't even know about it. And other queer narratives, or Ncuti Gatwa's experience playing queer characters. There are plenty of reasons to expect the upcoming season of Doctor Who will be outwardly queer, but the main reason is you, Mr. Writer, you just need validation. That's all you're looking for. Validate me, then it's good to have Doctor Who suck a dick. And Superman sucks a dick, and nobody fucking reads it. Oh, That would make for the incredible progressive leap. Oh, so that's going to be great for you, is it? Rusty Davies thinks you're an idiot cockwomble, mate, right? An idiot cockwomble. And he thinks that for a good reason. Why? Because you are an idiot cockwomble. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.